Good afternoon, evening, everybody. How are you today? And welcome to the latest edition of Mania Live. So great to have you with us for this Friday, the 23rd day of August, the year 2019. And of course, this is yours truly, Andrew L. Perry. Thank you very much. As always, coming alive and at you from the busy streets, which is New York City. And today I'm coming to you outside of Citi Field, which is home of the New York Mets. As right now, the Mets is currently playing the Atlanta Braves right now. As I chat to you what is happening in the world of sports. Well, it's been a long time since I've done the show. So I say, you know what? College football is starting tomorrow. Well, it's not actual. Two teams are playing. 4 teams are playing tomorrow. So technically, this is not college football season. But that's why I decided to do the show. I want to do the overs and unders if we have time, and go over. But other than that, it's great to have you aboard. The U.S. Open, I just came from the U.S. Open, free fan week, which is really, really cool. I watched some tennis and stuff like that. And next week, I bought tickets already ahead of time. The reason why I haven't done a show in a long time, because I handle a lot of business, have a lot of work and a lot of stuff going on, back and forth and stuff like that. A lot of errands to run, so, even though this is my off season, it feels more busy than I should be, But I'm back to do the show, so let's get it on the way. Let's get it on rolling, and away we go, All right, let's talk. I know we got college football to discuss. We'll discuss it later on in the show as the show progresses. We'll talk about the Yankees a little bit, but again, I want to talk about the Mets a little bit, since we right by Citi Field as the Mets. I gotta tell you, it is every day lately, ever since the All-Star break, I've been picturing myself. How in the world the Mets get to this point? How the Mets season? Let's face it. After the All-Star game, you, myself, and any other Mets fan would tell you we was headed to irrelevant baseball. Now, regardless of what happens, this has really been a hell of a ride. Look how packed Citi Field is now. This is a postseason now. We're in a pennant race right now. We are one game back of the wild card, which we all thought this was not possible at all. And you know what? You got to give kudos to Peter Alonso. Peter Alonso did a lot of. Most importantly, get a lot of love to Jeff McNeil. Get a lot of love to Michael Conforto. Michael Conforto has been hot lately, really hot. He's been hitting tremendous home runs, and he always have power. But the offense, what really jumps at me this year more than ever, this offense is more productive than they were last year. Remember, folks, last year, their offense was one of the worst in baseball. And now their offense is more productive than they were last year, as I said before. They're putting more balls in. They're putting the ball in play more. They're taking advantage of guys. They're doing much better than runners in scoring position. I don't have the numbers on top of my head, but as you can see, it's been a lot better. The pitching is the pitching. The pitching has been a lot better. The bullpen has been really been pitching very well. Even though Diaz he's still shaky, he still scares you a little bit. So has Steven Matz, but they have been a lot better. So a lot of things you could say, and I think it's I'm letting the music play a lot. I just thank God I just turned it off. But that's a bad job. That's how far I've been off and stuff like that. But I don't blame the Mets fan to believe that they have a chance to capture the division, which I hate to say this is really unlikely. Let's face it, they're 9 games back, so anything can happen. Anything can happen. So I'm not gonna sit there and say they can't capture that division. They can, and they really gotta continue. Remember, don't worry about what's gonna happen down the road. What's gonna lead us to? Don't worry about it. Just play baseball. Continue to be as hot as you be. After the losing, when you got into your winning streak and you lose, continue to play productive baseball, because that's what you're seeing right now from this Mets ball club. As for the Yankees, let's be honest, you got swept by the A's. Who's playing great baseball the rest of the year? But I'm not worried if you're a Yankees fan. Regardless of where the Yankees are at right now, I would not worry not one bit. Because the Yankees has been productive all the year. They have home field advantage throughout the rest of the playoffs. Capture that and figure out your starting pitching the rest of the way. That's where my mindset is at with the Yankees right now. So I'm not worried. Any stretch of the imagination, any stretch for the Yankees. Even though Yankees-Dodgers is going to be a fun. It's going to be a fun. If you love baseball, it will be a fun. Couple of series for the New York Yankees. Now, as for the U.S. Open, going to the storyline, the really storyline that really jumps at me is really Nadal, Federer. That's it. Nadal, Djokovic, Federer. That's it. We all know Serena, and it's for the women. It's Serena and anybody else. There's really no storyline that's really drawing your attention. There really isn't. Even though there's no really no attraction. Other than that, there's really no storyline for the U.S. Open as we speak right now. So that's where we're at for Yankees and Mets. That's where we're at with the U.S. Open. And as for the NFL, with the Giants, listen, are we really gonna rate? We really seriously gonna rate Daniel Jones? Can we wait after what happened with Eli Manning? Can we wait till he starts in the regular season game? Let's calm down on Daniel Jones for a little while. Let's calm down, okay? Eli Manning is still the quarterback of the league. Still quarterback of the New York Football Giants. Let's see what he does in the regular season. Let's calm down with that, okay? Let's do that. As for the Jets, losing their linebacker for the rest of the season, I think their depth is much. Their linebacker core is very, very deep right now with C.J. Mosley. So I think the Jets, I think the Jets should be no problem whatsoever. I think they'll be fine. Let's get a much better feel once September hits with the regular season with the Mets. With the Jets. I keep saying the Mets and Jets. See, I'm falling back. I'm falling back, I'm falling back. I haven't done a show in a while. Now I'm saying wrong team and the right team, so I'm just doing. All right. I'm not gonna have time. I'm gonna spend a little time doing overs and unders as far as the college football. I just saw a guy. I made a joke a little bit about seeing Alabama winning 16 championships. So he didn't know what I was talking about. He looked at me like a deer in the headlights, like I said something wrong, but it is what it is. So it is what it is. So nothing to cry about and stuff like that. Nothing to cry about and stuff like that. Anyway, let's do the overs and unders. Clemson, as you expected, Clemson, the defending champs. Clemson, Alabama is in the top as far as the preseason. And somebody please tell me, I don't understand why they still have the preseason where they don't play no games in the preseason. They just go straight to the season with the preseason polls. I don't understand that. I wish somebody explained that to me. I never understood it, but whatever. Anywho, please. All right. Alabama, Clemson, top. Either one or two. They're in the top as far as the best team in college football right now. And the rest is just, you could skip it over and under and stuff like that. All right. As far as the ACC, I'm not gonna do something different. I'm just gonna say who's going to win it, who's going to win the division, who's going to win the conference and stuff like that. All right. Now, as far as the ACC goes, I still think Clemson's going to win overall. Clemson's going to win. As far as the Pac-12, I'm going to give it to Oregon. I'm really going to give it to Oregon because I think Oregon is still going to be in the mix. Washington is going to be a huge drop because I don't see Jake Bourne until otherwise. I don't think Jake Bourne is going to be there no more. But I think somebody just hit a home run for the Mets, someone just hit a home run for the Mets, so I look into it. But you hear the noise from the background. It's a massive crowd anyway at Citi Field tonight, and plus it's a Friday. Plus it's a Friday night. Anyway, back to college football. I like Oregon. As far as the Big Ten, listen. Before I give my thoughts on the Big Ten, I'm going to give Michigan one more shot because I believe this is Jim Harbaugh. At some point, Jim Harbaugh has to beat Ohio State. At some point, I don't care how good the team is. He has to beat Ohio State. If he don't beat Ohio State, he's gone. His foot is at the door. Okay. You cannot continue to lose to Ohio State. You cannot. At some point, you have to. Excuse me. You have to break that losing streak. Enough's enough. You haven't beat Ohio State since 2011. At some point, you have to break that. You have to break that, Jim Harbaugh. You have to break that. You have been here since 2012, and now you haven't beaten Ohio State. Something has to give. Okay.